Hi, friends. I am here again with another episode of Football That I Live. We play to win, and to win, we need to score goals. And those who score goals are our heroes. Novi talks about several heroes and forwards in his book Barefoot to Boots, but includes few in his Hall of Fame. No doubt, Shiv Mewalal and Chuni Goswami were class by themselves. But there were many others who brought laurels and fame to the country. Let us discuss few. Tulsidas Balaraman, popularly known as Balaram, was born on 4th October 1937 in Sikandrabad. And no doubt, he was one of the finest forwards of all times. And from 1956 to 1962, he was not only India's best, but was one of the finest strikers of Asia. He was from a very humble background, and there were days when he had to sleep empty stomach. But his hunger for goals never died. Legendary coach Syed Abdul Rahim found this jewel in a local tournament. Balaram was hesitant to attend the Santosh Trophy trials for Andhra Pradesh as he had no money to travel. And it was coach Abdul Rahim who helped him financially. Though figures do not do justice to his tremendous talent. He first played for India at Melbourne Olympics on 4 December 1956 in a semi-final against Yugoslavia. And after that, he was a regular member of the Indian team till 1962. He started his club career in 1955 with City College Old Boys Hyderabad and shifted to Kolkata and joined East Bengal in 1957. He won numerous trophies while playing for East Bengal. In 1959, he was the highest scorer with 39 goals in the country. In 1961, he won the Golden Boot for scoring 23 goals in Calcutta League. Balaram remains deeply hurt at being sidelined by Indian football authorities. And now he lives in a small flat. Being such a great player, but he never owned his vehicle as money in football was not much at that time. One of the most cool and calm strikers of Indian football, Inder Singh brought revolution not only in Punjab, but in the whole of North India. Born in Phagwara on 23rd December 1942, Inder was so passionate for the game from his school days that he used to practice for hours after school. Impressed by his talent, the top football club of Punjab at that time, Leaders Club, signed Inder as a guest player. Inder came to limelight during 1962 DCM Trophy, where an Englishman, Harry Wright, spotted him. Wright was attempting to rebuild Indian team for 1964 tournaments. Inder was a cool customer, and he never got rattled by hard tackling of tough defenders. Inder Singh scored in his debut in the 1964 Asian Games. He continued to represent India till 1978 and captained the Indian side in 1969, 1973 and 1975. He was selected for Asian All-Stars 11 and was conferred the Arjuna Award. Inder played for JCT Football Club Phagwara, owned by JCT Mills. He was the most loved footballer at Delhi Gate Stadium. He was seen as the ambassador for football in Punjab, as Punjab football simply meant Inder Singh. He got a lucrative offer from Canadian Football Club, and Malaysian Prime Minister Tunku Rahman personally requested Inder to play in Malaysia for 5 years. But he turned down both the offers, as his heart was in Punjab and was for Punjab. Known as Diego Maradona of Indian football, Inder Singh was manager of JCT Phagwara from 1985 to 2001. Another great striker was Muhammad Habib, who started his career in Andhra Pradesh but played for every big club of Bengal. He was such a class player that PK Banerjee called him King of Kings. His dedication, never say die spirit, and visionary passes were his strengths. Popularly known as Bade Mian, Habib played for all top clubs of Calcutta, Mohun Bagan, East Bengal, and Mohammedan Sporting from 1966 to 1984. He started playing for Hyderabad Telephones in 1965 when he was a mere teenager. Playing for Andhra Pradesh in Santosh Trophy against Calcutta in 1965, Habib scored the match winner and became the hero. From 1968 to 1975, he was a regular member of the Indian side. In an exhibition match against New York Cosmos, led by legendary Pele, Habib played such a beautiful and inspired game that after the game, Pele personally appreciated Habib for his inspired play. Though Habib was not very strong-built, but he could dribble past through any defender, and this was possible because of his tough practice schedule. He used to practice twice a day. He was the most loved footballer among old Delhi football fans. He had many feats to his credit and had always been the asset for Indian football and the club he played for. After retirement, Habib became the coach of most successful football academy of India, the Tata Football Academy, which produced many internationals. There is so much to tell about these heroes, but the long list of players who brought fame to Indian football compels to be brief. Still, many forwards left in the Hall of Fame. So we'll come again with another memorable story of Indian football. Till then, goodbye and live the game you love. Thanks.